Welcome everybody to a small demonstration and explanation video about MyNet. Some of you might have seen MyNet before. It was one of my newest projects, and I can tell you one thing, it's one of my biggest projects I've ever made. Its sole purpose is to offer something that is not very much existent. There are some projects out there that do it, which is to provide a website experience that you do not need to manually configure, manually inject it, manually code it, manually installed, or manually host it in any way. Everything is done for you. The only thing that you have to do is fill it up with content as you please and design it as you please as well. So when you open up MyNet for the first time, you will enter this page over here. This page is basically the front page where you can see that we do have premium. However, and here it comes, premium is not for what you think it is. There is not much new you get, since you get everything as free user already. The only difference, which is visible mostly on the feature page, is limitations for the amount of items, and this is mostly preventing bots from creating websites and spamming it full. That's the only, these four page systems, these four modules are the only thing that are limited. The rest is all, as you can see, no limits whatsoever. So let's go over features a little bit quickly. People can make an about page to tell about their website, and it's, what you see is what you get editor. The alert system, if you enable it on the front page of your admin dashboard, you can show an alert message on your website. The blue map and dim map integration both are made to you so you can match the design of your dim map or blue map with your website. It will inject your blue map or dim map website with a theme, which basically allows it to color the buttons, icons, and all the other GUI features based on how your website is looking or how you set it to. The desktop and mobile app both are based on PWA. Basically, it's a progressive web app that if you click install in the browser, it installs a desktop application on your computer that when you click it is directly your website. Same thing for the mobile app. If you go on mobile and open up the Chrome browser, for example, it allows you to install your website as an application so that your users can stay connected. Bigger features like a forum and stay in contact and those things are slowly built into the platform, as the platform is currently being extended a lot. You can follow its entire progress on Trello and on my Discord, where I post different types of announcements, showcases, and more. Then we have Discord linking. Currently it's Discord linking. Soon it will become a Discord module. That's the thing what I'm currently working on, allowing to send embeds towards Discord server webhooks. And it allows you to set which notification you want to get. And I'm intending to allow all other modules to interact with it as well. So if it's enabled, you can, for example, let the ban messages flow through if there is a ban module enabled, for example. Well, the front page module is basically a module that allows you to set text that people get to see or build up your page as people are going to see when they open up your website for the first time. The in-game commands, well, I can tell you one thing, MyNet offers more commands than tree, but these are generic commands, that's why I said free. /website, /discord, and /map. Those are all toggleable in the plugin itself. So you can use commands to disable it, and more information is on the documentation page on my docs.mcgshelf.eu website. The all-time member list will keep track of all members ever joined your server. And they will be listed on a nice, neat page. The news systems is a system that will inject into your front page of your website and will showcase news articles that you can build up just like the page editor, as cool as you want to make it, with videos, pictures, text in all colors of the rainbow if you wanted to. The live online widget is a tool widget that will be stuck and sticky to your navigation bar, and it will showcase the online players. So it will showcase who is online at that current moment based on the count. So it shows the count who's online. It shows the small little avatar icons in the middle of the screen. And it will showcase the join URL to join your server. So it's very quickly live and nice. The custom page builder, pretty much what it says it out of the box. You can create your own custom pages as you please, with the naming as you please, etc. The plugins display is a module. Many people will run away for it because they want to hide all their plugins, but there are some servers that want to showcase some highlights of the server. This system will load up all the plugins that you have installed on your server and will list them in your admin panel, and you can select which one to display on your front page. The plugins page. There is a special page being generated then that will showcase the plugins that you have enabled to be shown with only their name on that page. So people can a little bit browse through and see if the server is to their liking. The staff page is basically a page that is almost like the member list, but it is manually editable. So you can manually add people to that list and remove, and also showcase their rank together with it. Why I'm calling it the staff page currently, it was intended originally for staff purposes, so you can show your staff. But since the navigation editor has been added, you can change the name of that page as you please, allowing other types of lists to be enabled. The donation store is an embed system. Basically, you can embed your existing TabX, crafting store, or any other web store based donation store inside your website. And if you do it correctly, it is not even visible that it is an embed. It's a seamless embedding. So it works on Canvas and iframe based. So depending on the browser you're using, it integrates neatly into your website as if it's a page on your website. The file-featured wiki system, that's a unique one. It allows you to add a wiki page where you can instruct players how to use certain facts or aspects of your server. I will showcase an example in a moment. The full advanced ban system is made to basically allow people to ban in-game, unban in-game, at least your staff, of course, with your correct permissions. And you can manage all those bans in your admin panel. And there is a special link generator built in, so you can give your staff on your server access to it as well, based on a one-time command. So they can do a command in-game, get a link, and when they click on it, it's bound for 1 hour to them. So they can enter that page, manage the bans, and when they are done, they simply do their thing. And if it expires, they have to regenerate the link. The navigation editor, as it says, it allows you to edit the entire menu on the top of your page to fit your needs, like with submenus, without submenus, the naming of the different links, etc. The theme database is a database that I've filled and slowly fill more with preset themes. If you do not know what color combinations to use or you want some inspiration, this is a way to get it. And lastly, the multi-world map embedding. Well, before you can set up a link to a single map, basically, or a dim map and a blue map, those features are removed and replaced with this module. If you enable this module, you can embed as many world maps as you want into your website using a very neat tab-based embedding system. However, it must be a HTTPS in order to be supported for embedding. So if you want to link through, you can use the navigation editor to add your links manually to the menu on top of the screen. Okay, so now we have gone over this system. Let's just log in to the admin panel. I'm currently going to log into a system of the admin panel that showcases a lot of information, including my plugin key, which is changed, by the way, as soon as you view this video. So as you can see over here, you can see how much premium days I have. 0. I'm not using premium at the moment, just to showcase how without premium, how free it is and how open it is. There is a custom domain connected to my to my page. So yes, if you have premium and you activate a custom domain, it remains activated. So once your premium expires, the domain should currently still work. I don't know if I'm going to change it in the future. I guess not. It's already made, so why do it differently? But that's a thing. This is the alert box what I was talking about. As you can see, it is enabled. And this is the message that they will see on the page. And as soon as I enter something in here and I click send, it changes the message. There's also a new thing here, which is currently blurred out. You cannot view what's in here. But it basically asks you to enter an email address. And that email address is will be notified as soon as something is wrong with your website. If you receive a warning, for example, those type of things. It will not be used for marketing purposes, just to let you know. There will be no advertisement sent to your email. It's just for notifications of the system, and if something big has been changed or added to the system, you might get a notification of it if it affects your website. So that's something worth noticing. Going over to the theme settings, this is where it becomes funny. On the left side here we have the preset themes button, where you can just select any type of preset theme. For example, if I click Smets over here, you can see the preset below it, as well as I can select many different color combinations. I manually added all those combinations, and you can see over this way that it also offers you generate headers. The headers are basically those header images. You can manually add them, but if you, for example, load up a theme, it will generate headers for you based on the primary and secondary color of that theme. So if I, for example, take Smets over here and I click save, it will load it in. It's not saved as my website yet. However, it's changed the generate header to a special header that's made for the theme. And you can see that it adjusted all colors based on the theme. So in this way, it tries to get everything going as it should be. However, if I click theme settings again, you can see it reversed back. You can only forcefully change things by clicking the save button down below. As I wanted to an extra precaution for people not changing their website by accident. The next page that I'm going to show is the navigation editor. I will skip general for a moment. The navigation editor, it's overwhelming first time, but it is very easy explanatory. All the pages you enable, all modules, will generate their own module-based link in your menu. For example, this is my home page. This is the wiki, the player wiki module. And if you have a custom page, it will showcase like this. There are submenu headers, which you can make yourself to create submenus in your navigation bar. If you have a lot of items to showcase, you can put items underneath it. So if you add it, it will add a yellow line here with the name of the submenu. On itself, it's not anything that's special. However, you can now set items underneath it. If I take the About page, for example, I've put it under About Bitcube. So if I click on this, this is the editor screen, and it allows me to set it underneath the submenu called About Bitcubes. And I've set it to position 4. Basically, I'm trying to keep from top to down to keep it clean. I order them based on number. The lower the number, the more early it gets called. As simple as it is. So if you create a home with position 0 and you create a how-to with position 1, then it will show home first and then how-to. However, if I reverse that, and it will show first how-to and then home in your navigation bar. Same for all the submenus. However, keep in mind the headers for the submenus will show in the top, and all the submenu items will get sorted individually. So if you have, for example, this one in slot 4 on your menu, try to use the same logic continuously, like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Why? It might sometimes mess up if you keep on having the same numbers, for example, inside your navigation. So it might get confused and put, for example, stuff above about us, even when you want about us above stuff. You know what I meant. So you can alter these things continuously. The only thing is, as you might have noticed, you cannot edit the URL. If it's a module generated, the URL isn't editable. However, if you have a custom link added, using the custom link field over here, you can add custom URLs and you can alter them as well. So that's the navigation editor. If you ever change your name of your website or community, whatever you want to call it, you can click this refresh button to update all the internal URLs to fit the new name. Now, for the next thing, we go to the general page. Here you can set the name of the community, the IPs of the community, the version of the microservice itself, as well as your front page introduction. This is the page editor what I was talking about. It allows you, when you click this one, to fully make the page as you wish. You can currently see different styling options for text, but if you click these 3 dots over here, you get a load more tools like videos, file embedding, etc., etc. So you can style it whatever you want and please. I can, for example, select this and I can literally paint it over if I want to. Same for coloring. I can just click this button. I can change the background color or the text color based on whatever I want to do, and I can even clear the formatting as a whole, change size of text, special headings, etc. So you can build a page as you wish. And this is also where all the modules can be enabled and configured. So if I just, for example, get staff list module and click on configure, you can see over here you get a page where you can see how much of the free staff items you're using, as well as the form to add somebody. Simply add a nickname, a rank label if they are using a 3D or 2D avatar, if they are shown with helm or without helm. The helm is basically the overlay of the head that people can use when they are skinning Java-based items. Keep in mind, Bedrock players aren't supported, just Java players. As you can see, I gave some examples, like I'm an admin and I'm 2D with a helm. I have Notch over here, which is the boss, and it's 2D with a helm as well. However, you can also do 3D without helm if you want to, and you can simply delete them by simply clicking the button beside it. So that's basically how all the other modules work. There's just one exception here, and that's the fully featured band system. It's the first fully integration within the game server, and it's hidden in the band manager. This button will only become visible if the band module is enabled. Here you can add a player by nickname, UUID and IP. You can also keep the IP to nothing if you do not know the IP yet. However, the nickname and the UUID are forcefully needed. Otherwise it will not work. So that's why if you only know the nickname, you can translate it using different websites to their UUIDs so that you know it. And you can give it a reason. As soon as you do, it will be added to this list. So if I, for example, enter my information. Why did I just make a spelling mistake? There we go. And I click add ban. It will be injected by a timer of 15 minutes. The plugins that you can download from Spigot will run every 15 minutes a sweep and getting the latest information from the web end. As you can see here, my band is now viewable and there is an appeal button grayed out. On the website, if you have the band system enabled, it will show an appeal page. You can rename the page if you wish. However, it will basically allows you to send up, let the user that has been banned send an appeal if they exist. So anybody else that fills the form with invalid information, it will never end up in the database, it will be skipped. However, if they are found and they are banned, then they basically are allowing themselves to have one last chance to get unbanned, basically sending a message. The appeal button will then color up, and when you click it, you can see the appeal as well as approve or reject or ignore it. If you approve it, then the client will get automatically unbanned from that moment. If you reject it, the appeal gets locked down, so they cannot re-appeal to it, and the ban will stand. And if you ignore it, then you can make the decision later on. You can also here unban the player with a direct button click, but you can also click View Ban. And when you click on it, you can see the user that got banned, when the user is banned. This is the Discord ID of the user that has banned it from the web panel. However, if somebody in-game does it, then it will take the name from the user that uses the special link in-game. The ban reason that got entered, the ban UUID, this is my nicknames-based UUID. The IP address is my local test IP. The appeal date, if somebody submitted an appeal, then the date will go here, and appeal status. If it's not viewed yet, then it's awaiting. If it's rejected, then it shows rejected. And if it's approved, it shows approved until the user is gone. However, if somebody gets approved or unbanned, it will showcase a nice little thing here. It says unban awaiting server update. The server will sweep every 15 minutes. So in 15 minutes, this line is gone. As soon as the server receives the unban, it will process it and directly remove the entry from the database, so it cleans it up. It cleans the ban up from the database. So eventually this ban from the list will be gone. So that's how you can notice if the ban is processed or not. So that's basically what MyNet is right now. The plugin is protected by the plugin key. Just so you know, the plugin key is something that's randomly generated, and when you click the button, it will copy out the key itself to the end user. So it copies it to clipboard, so you can paste it into the plugin configuration. There's also a button where you can quickly download the plugin as well. So when you click it, it directly goes to the Spigot page, where you can download the latest version of the MyNet plugin. The MyNet plugin is one that's bungeecord and Spigot based. So if you put it on bungeecord, make sure to also put it onto the Spigot page, Spigot server, as they communicate with each other automatically. No extra configuration needed. It detects if the server is behind a bungeecord proxy and will start into bungeecord mode directly on server startup. If it does, it only syncs the member list from bungeecord itself, so it tracks the players on the bungeecord server side instead of every individual server, and it will also communicate the ban system from the bungeecord instance so that all servers get a synced ban list as well. I guess that's it for now. There is just one last thing that I want to tell you. And that's a question that I've received a few times now. That's the safety of the login system. This here is the Discord authentication. That means that it will be moved, and as you can see in the top thing over here, to Discord itself. It will ask for an identification of the user. Basically, the only thing that is ever sent to me is your username, your avatar with the header from your profile, and your ID, your Discord ID that's publicly accessible always. So these informations are already public, but why I'm using this is that only you can log in to your Discord account unless you share your details. So it's basically a login system that prevents me from saving personal related information to the database. I do not want too much personal information of my end users. Why? I want to make sure that you feel safe on my platform. Not that it not is used to sell your personal information like many others do. There are some website providers that allow you to build a website for free on their platform, but in their terms of service is noted that they will send out your information and provide targeted advertisements on your pages. If I can tell you one thing, there are no ads on my website. Let's take a look. The only thing that you can count as an advertisement is this bar over here. That's the only thing. This is the only thing that gets added, this line over here, if you don't have a premium subscription running, or basically a premium prepaid, because there are no subscriptions here. As soon as you have premium, this bar will disappear as well. So that's the different thing behind it. This is the wiki what I was talking about. It allows you to set up an entire tutorial system, like requirements, how-to steps, and information about it, as well as possible video link. So yeah, basically the websites are made in such a way that it shouldn't have any issues. Your URL that you will get in the first time is this URL, basically minenet.eu/s/your server name. You can remove this part of the line. As soon as you press enter, you will end up here as well. So yeah, so to speak, if you use your own domain, then the minenet.eu will be replaced with your own domain. So the rest of the path will remain partly, because the name will disappear. Let me showcase. As you can see over here, I open up the URL testsite.basecubes.eu and I end up here. As you can see, the URL structure is a little bit different. It shows // and then the page name instead of // and the community name. Basically, it is rewriting the system. So the system itself will detect which URL you're sending from and bind it to the server name that's connected. So it will in the background connect a cookie which will write down which page you are on right now. If you delete your cookies and revisit the page again, and creates a new one. So it keeps on doing that based on the URL you're visiting. And as you can see, if I click on this one, it will change the URLs completely. So it will first off go to a raw file instead of a dynamic link. And it will also showcase a little bit differently than before. The custom page, for example, you will see that it will add this text behind the page to get the correct page to showcase. In the end, there are so many features that I haven't talked about and things that are in progress. Make sure to join my Discord to follow up the progress. Links, everything in the description below. And for now, thank you all for watching, and hopefully I will see you on MyNet soon. Good luck!